from the first Google Hangout of the group of the African Youth Movement. And maybe we'll start by introducing each other since it's the first time. So my name is Aya and I'm from Tunisia and I'm in Tunis right now. And I am a blogger and coordinator of different projects in Africa. Aki, do you want to start?
Okay, all right. My name is Claude Biao. I am from Benin. I'm in Cotonou now. I'm in Bachelor of International Relations. I'm done.
Who's there?
Hello.
Yeah, hello, good morning.
Hey, can you please introduce
Hello.
yourself?
Yes, I was saying that. Can you hear me?
Hello, good morning.
Okay.
Yes. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Haya.
Can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, hello. Hello, I can hear you clearly. Good morning.
Yes, I can hear you very well.
Okay, how you doing?
Good.
Yes, I
So
was
we are
saying.
introducing ourselves.
Uh,
Maybe I can introduce myself.
Yes.
Uh, my name is Joseph Kenson Saka. I'm from Malawi, and I'm working with Action for Sustainable Development, which is a youth organization trying to work with the young people in rural areas as well as in urban areas. Yeah, that's what I can say in brief. uh, I'm an environment scientist by profession, but I'm also so passionate about young development, youth development, such as this initiative. So I'm just passionate about, being part of this process and yeah, being part of change. Thank you.
Okay, Jack.
Okay, my name is Jack and I'm from Nairobi. Right now I'm chatting from Nairobi. I'm currently a freelancer and also with the youth organization. Yeah, I guess that's all for now.
Can we see you?
My camera has a problem. That's the
Okay.
thing.
Okay, Lane.
Hello?
Yes.
Okay, good morning. My name is Larry. I'm calling from Nigeria. I am a blogger, an editor as well, an editor of one of the most influential political blogs in Nigeria, omodura.com. I'm also a writer and a writer on economic issues. Okay. I write for AfricanLiberty.org, a site that's into advocating for democracy in African countries and a free market system whereby trade so that African countries can have good market system and goods can travel from border to border, and we can reduce some of the excesses and laws and policies that do not affect market system that will also affect prosperity in the long run. Okay, I'm a blogger. I'm also a public speaker. I train young people with an organization called Readers Forum in Nigeria here. And what we do basically is to encourage young people, teenagers especially, to energy into having a very strong reading culture so that begin to look into how they could solve challenges that affect the African continent generally. But essentially, we are looking at the place whereby they are giving themselves to reading, to books, and reading biographies and getting challenged by the successes of other people that gone ahead. Thank you. I'm done.
Okay, next. Can you please introduce yourself? Okay, Simon, can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, I can hear.
Simon? Okay, Jude, can you please introduce yourself? I hope you are guys hearing me.
No.
Can everybody hear me?
I can hear you.
Yes, I can
Yeah,
hear you.
yeah, I can also hear you.
Okay, so Jude and Simon. Okay, um, so I'm gonna talk about why I'm doing this and my frustration, and I'm sure you have also some frustration. I started the African Youth Movement group 2 years ago, and that's when I started traveling in Africa and meeting a lot of Africans. And I wanted to have a group where I add all my friends and we can be in one platform. And I was just sharing opportunities, and we were just sharing opportunities with each other.
Yeah. Is the one.
But so just mute your microphone. Don't talk. Okay. So then, when the network is growing, I thought that we should do something more than just sharing opportunities with each other. And so I have a lot of frustrations, but maybe I just mentioned three. The first thing is that I noticed that we as young people are so institutionalized. So we talk each other either if we are part of organizations or projects or institutions. So we represent those entities. We don't talk as individuals who have expertise and who are leaders. Um, so we are so institutionalized, and we have to find a way to really talk to each other from an individual perspective, not representing anybody's views or any entity. The second frustration was exclusiveness. I've been part of many platforms, and they all have a certain exclusivity. So they are either one movement for a field, for example, environmental advocates or women advocates. So there are different entities that are exclusive to a certain field or a certain aim, and there is nothing that gathers all Africans together. Um, and also, there is a lot of regionalism. So it's either East Africa group, West Africa group, Southern Africa group, and of course North Africa, which is not even considered part of Africa. So it's a lot of regions working together, which is great to have regional initiatives, but we need something bigger, something that brings all the Africans together, regardless of any region or any, not Anglophone together and Francophone together. Just need something more inclusive to everybody. And then the
Yeah.
third frustration is that I feel we don't have a support system. So we always look for expertise from the global north, and we do realize that we have already a lot of potential, and we don't share skills with each other. So we keep things to ourselves, we grab opportunities for ourselves, and we don't support each other. So I have a lot more frustrations, but let's say those three are my main, and those are why I wanted to experiment if there are people who really think the same. I just throw these on you, and you tell me your feedback, and you tell me your own frustration about African youth reality in Africa. So whoever wants to jump in, you go ahead.
Um, if no one is going to jump, I think I could say something.
Go ahead,
Can everyone hear me?
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
I'm
okay
sorry.
for me.
I don't. Yeah,
Yes.
I'm sorry. I don't have a webcam because the internet is not good. So it's better if I go on voice. Well, yeah, it's a really great initiative, and I would like to thank Aya for uh, this idea. I think it's really, really nice. And well, I'm not really. I don't really get the whole point of it, but I think it's a good start, and we could achieve a lot together, I think. So I just want to say thank you. It's a great initiative, and yeah, uh, thank you. So now anybody can jump and say something.
Okay. Hello, everybody. I think it's a very good idea. A good fly. Okay. But I want us to channel the discussions very well, such that we just do not look like another major movement, and along the line we lose focus of the essence of why the movement was created in the very first place. Okay, my frustration about the African continent
Who wants to jump
Okay. Maybe I can come in. I don't know if you can hear me.
I would just ask you guys to mute your microphone if you're not talking. Just mute your microphone on the top. Okay, go ahead.
I can go ahead.
Yes, go ahead.
Go.
All right. My my put to the table would be first of all, I would want to appreciate for the idea which you brought across. I think there are several initiatives that young people are doing in various countries, like in the northern part of Africa, southern, east, and even western. But I think there hasn't been a platform where we can network as young people, and then we can work towards a common vision. Uh, I feel like this forum uh, can be a platform where we can champion different initiatives and the projects that can gear that empowering young people as African, not looking at individual countries, but in this case, looking at Africa as one state. So uh, my expectation is that I think we'll be able to reach a compromise where we can build on that common vision, on one vision, and the
That's good.
Yeah.
Who wants to go next? Okay, go ahead.
Hi everyone.
Hi.
Yeah, I just want to say a big thank you to Aya for capitalizing on the
Hi,
platform
Alan.
that we had. Um, I'm talking about the Water School platform. I think it's really great to see you capitalizing on it to bring up something big like this. I think this can actually go forward. It can we could be having a continental parliament from this where we don't only tackle issues that are coming up concerning just education, but in any other societal issue that we realize that we think is even common within the continent, we can all be looking at them. I believe, I strongly believe there are a lot of people here who are working on different aspects of our society, and together we can always share ideas and see how best we can move on. Um, with Aya, I just want to say. Uh, I'm really glad you brought up this initiative, and I'm really sure with good coordination we can actually make something big out of this. But then I look forward to seeing this as a continental parliament where we discuss and we make decisions and they'll push them forward for ECOWAS or even the AU to be implementing them. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Larry, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, I went off the other time. My network went bad. Okay, like I was saying that the essence of this movement will be well we have like say 3 point agenda or say 4 point agenda, very specific agendas, and we can work together collectively in ensuring that we do not move too far away from the main objective of why we came together in the very first place. Okay, talking about my own general frustration about the African continent. Majorly, this continent is a very big one, a very rich one, but then a couple of things are still very, very wrong in terms of it's like being so rich and yet at the same time you cannot you cannot just feed despite the fact that you know that you're rich. So I think some African countries are doing well. For instance, I report and I write regularly on the African Union website called Karma, inequality, and issues affecting MNCH and reproductive health. I realized that in Rwanda, for instance, and Malawi, a couple of initiatives have produced results in terms of reducing the death of new births and their mothers. And I think that as young people, we can begin to see how our own country can begin to replicate the results that are working elsewhere. Okay, for instance, if an idea is working well in Tunisia, and I can begin to see how, as a young person, I could start my own involve that in my initiative and see how we can produce that result and replicate them. On the other side, too, we can watch out for errors that are going on in other countries and see how we can result in more urban women. That's my contribution. Thank you.
Thank you, Larry. I just want to ask everybody to mute your microphone when somebody is talking. So
Oh, I can hardly hear you.
I just need to mute your microphone. Joseph, Larry, one of my someone.
Can I come in?
I'm not hearing.
Taiba, can you mute your microphone? Okay. Okay, now we can hear.
Okay, I think it's quite now. I can speak now.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. What? Yeah. What I was saying last time was that there's been so many efforts by young people across the region, across Africa, and most of these efforts, as you can see, they were done in isolation. Like we didn't have a common point where, as young people, we can come and share the experiences we have
Joseph, we lost you. Okay, who wants to go next before I say something?
Hello,
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm Yasin from Chad.
Hi.
Hi.
So you just came in.
Pardon?
So you just came in. You can introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm Yasin.
Go ahead,
Speaking
Joseph.
from Chad, but I live in Kenya.
Joseph, go. Yes, we're having trouble connection. Joseph, can you hear me? Go ahead, Joseph. Go ahead.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes. Go ahead.
Is that maybe everyone from according to where they're coming from? Yeah, everyone according to where they're coming from, their country, they have different potential that youth have demonstrated in their countries. So come up
Mm. Unfortunately, Joseph, we can't hear you anymore. So, Abdul, do you want to go next?
No, maybe later.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead. Go ahead. We can
Hello.
hear you. Okay, you can hear. Yilani, can you go next? Please introduce yourself.
Okay. Uh, I'm Joseph Sakara. I joined the group area on only that I left due to some network connection. But the idea which I was trying to put across was that try to uh, light up a concept or maybe a write up of the major or maybe the main things which we feel like we can champion using those already established activities in our various countries. And then as an African youth movement, we try to bring those different activities so that we can build a general consensus or a broader so we can try to scale down those activities so that we can have a starting point which the African countries. Because I believe that young people in different countries, they have got different potentials. So if maybe we can capitalize on what is already existing on the ground, and then this movement should build on that which is existing on the ground. and see how best can we mainstream those activities into the global program or the Legion aspect. I feel like in that way, our movement can be more welcomed on the ground, and at the same time, we can take advantage of some experts who are already in the field, and then we can do so to add value to the movement. Yeah. So, well, I'll try to put in writing what I'm trying to put across, but I think the main point is that we're trying to build a network using already existing structures to strengthen the movement. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. Thank you.
Great. Anyone wants to go next? Okay. I hear great ideas about sharing and exchanging experiences and mainstreaming what's already happening, mainstreaming that in a more continental level. So the vision in general of what I'm hearing is that it's more of youth participation and development, and more of youth awareness, what is happening on a continental level. Now, the hardest part would be, because we already have an hour from the discussion, the hardest part would be how to do that. How to do that as a big group, because it's not easy when you are a big group from different countries. So do you have any ideas on how we can do that, how we can organize ourselves, how we can mobilize already existing initiatives in many countries?
Okay. Maybe I should come in. What I'm thinking is that like in my country, in Malawi, uh, the easiest way to mobilize young people
Joseph, we can't hear. Mm. Joseph?
Hello.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, is this Aya?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I wanted to ask more on what's this about? What do you plan to do with the African movement? What sort of activities or collaborations are you looking to make? And what sort of connections do you want to make with us?
Okay, Filani,
Yes.
can you? Okay, unmute your. So we were just introducing ourselves, and we were discussing how can we make this not as any other initiative or movement where we just have a platform and then we don't use it. So we are trying to find together how we can use this platform with existing initiatives and merge them together. My own vision of this is actually to connect with each other, because we all the time work in different countries, but we don't really have a platform where we can exchange ideas and merge our ideas together. So it's not me who decide this. I'm just starting this for us to discuss and find this together. So if you have any idea, or if you have any um, can you hear me?
Yeah.
So to move on more of concrete things to do, I was thinking to use our different expertise to share with each other. And since we are from different countries and we cannot physically meet for now, maybe we have to use the tools and the online um, tools we have to do that and to connect more, but more on real engagement and not just filtering emails and not really responding to what's happening. So I was thinking we can organize ourselves and organize some kind of online discussion like that, but more of webinars where one of us who have expertise in certain fields can share with the other people, and we can make that an open source to everybody. So anyone in that field or in that theme can join the conversation, but also we record that and make it an open source to any young people in Africa who want to benefit from it, and also give that person the leadership to do that, but also to promote their work and what they do. Um, because most of the time we either meet in conferences or in trainings or online, but we don't really know what we are doing in each other countries. So we need to give more visibility to what we are doing, so we can exchange. So that, do you think that could be a starting point?
Yeah.
Anyone can jump in.
If I can step in, I'm sorry, I have a background music because I'm in the internet cafe. But yeah, I think it's a great idea. But what I would suggest is if we can have somehow like an organizational structure where we could be responsible in our like area of expertise, and that we'd be like somehow be responsible to share that with other people, that would be great. Or like, you know, creating an organizational structure, even though, you know, it's impossible to meet in physically, it would be great because each of us know what will our responsibilities, and what should we expect from each of them, from each of the experience. So I think, yeah, that would be a good idea. Um, okay, so yeah, I would suggest that, just an idea, and this also works great. So yeah, so I'm just gonna mute mine because there is a background music and I don't want to disturb you guys, so I can hear you.
Okay, I think I want to agree with the. I want to agree with Simon. Simon, I think the issue of coming up with a structure can really help to follow up what is happening, and then it can also help to coordinate different activities and efforts which are happening in different countries. So I would buy the idea of formalizing our structure, and at the same time, uh, as we have already started to strengthen these different youth groupings so that they should align themselves into this structure which we can form at African level. Yeah, I think in so doing, it will be easy to coordinate and then to strengthen the network. The other idea that I was thinking, like here in Malawi, I think sometimes we can try to uh, come up with some focus group discussions, like some youth focus group discussions forum where we can invite different activists from different disciplines, be it in like healthy, environment, sports, culture, in all those aspects. And then we try to bring all these people together, and then you try to focus on how can we work together, how can we network as young people locally, and at the same time how can we network with other young people globally. So I think in such an initiative, it can also help to mobilize young people, especially those people from different expertise, to bring them together and trying to work together for a common vision. Yeah.
Thank you, Joseph. Anyone else want to jump in? Um, Jack, Larry?
Okay, hello.
Yes, Larry, go ahead.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I think it's a nice idea that Joseph and I think Simon, gave. I would advise that we come in from the perspective we do. For instance, if my own initiative and energy is into politics, and someone else is into, let's say, the girl child training or the girl child development, and someone else is into, say, like a toilet advocacy or which kind of advocacy, whichever one that we are into, that would help us channel what we have. So that shows the inner strength that we have. We know somebody is in politics, someone is governance, someone is security. Okay, then that is a lot easier. Then from there, we now say, okay, this movement will be focusing on 10 different areas as a result of the in-house experts that we have. Okay, that will help us structure very well. If I'm in politics, for instance, research one update, one report or the other, then I have adequate resource to share with everybody in the house from time to time. If you're working on the girl child development, for instance, in your country, it means that you're going for trainings, you're going for meetings, you're going for conferences, you're doing a lot of research and reporting in that area. It means that you will always have resources to share back to everybody in the house, in the movement. So you can do the structure more properly. It's an advice. So I think if we look in that area, starting from looking into our strengths and the areas in which every individual is focused on, then I think we can make a lot of progress.
Thank you, Larry. We can. Jack, do you want to go next?
No, hi everyone. Maybe I'll just like to say I think the ideas that have been put across are really interesting, and I don't have any new ideas such. I think the idea of everybody presenting what they are good at will really work well. But then I would insist on the presence of an organizational structure, to facilitate everything. So for now, I'll be I'm trying to also think of new ideas, but I'm thankful that I'm really part of this group and listening to those ideas is really interesting. Thank you.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
and I think I was also thinking. I'm just thinking about like some exchange visits. For example, Aya comes to Malawi, or maybe Simon or anyone in the network, and then you try to come to Malawi, and then you share the experience that you have, and because then they'll now realize it's not just a local development, but it's a global development. Like it's a motivation when they see that other young people they're able to come and share the experiences, and then it's more like motivating the movement. So apart from just doing it locally, I also think we can take advantage of this network, and we can do some with the resources available. We can do some exchange visits. I think we should be able to even mobilize more young people, and then yeah, yeah, that's what I think.
Okay, thank you. Tyler, you can go next.
Yeah, thank you. I'm so much happy to see my fellow African youths coming together so that we can discuss a way forward the development agenda of Africa. I'm coming from the Gambia. This is a small country, we are so much into activism. I'm from Activista de Gambia, that's the youth arm of Action International de Gambia. And basically, we do campaign on food rights. How do we influence policies that affect the agriculture sector, especially the smallholder farmers, which it is agreed that 70% of the food that we consume is produced by these people. I think such a forum, like my other colleague says, let's do a shared learning process. Everybody can say, okay, this is where I am good at. If you are good in politics, um, uh, you can handle that side. If you are good in activism, that person can handle that side. And if you are good in human rights, so that we, along the way, we are able to develop each other's capacity. Because I think this is what Africa needs as of now. A lot of youth organizations have come up, it doesn't last. There's no sustainability because of the way it is structured. Okay, starting this from this Google Hangout, it can be something just like what Jackie said. Exchange visits, you know, we can do a shared learning, best practices. What is Malawi doing? Okay, in terms of human rights. Okay, people can learn from it. What is the Gambia doing in terms of activism? You see, I think using those kinds of methods, learning principles and guides will help us, in achieving the goal of Africa. I think, to be quite honest, we are on the right track for the development of Africa as Africans, because the development of Africa as Africans lies in the hands of we, the youth of Africa. We cannot rely on the Western world to develop Africa for us. We have to take the lead. And taking the lead, they say change begin by yourself. We have to start it now. Okay, I think I will stop there for now and allow other people to comment.
Thank you. Al-Haji, you can go next. You should unmute your microphone. Hello, Al-Haji Al-Hassan. Okay. That's great. We already have like 3 action points to work on right now. So most of you said we need to group people into their different fields of interest and maybe organize focused group discussions of sharing expertise among each other, and sometimes inviting somebody to talk and then exchanging with that expert. And there is also exchange of visits physically, so that would be inviting each other once we know our expertise. If we know you are a trainer in a certain field, and then I shouldn't look for somebody because I already know you in this platform and I can just invite you. So it's kind of creating a database of people from different expertise and try to map that. Yeah, so this is 3 main points that you have suggested already, which I think they're very great ideas. And I could see from this that we should, in terms of organizational structure, because you have talked about it, to have some focal point or a coordinator of each and every expertise or grouping who can be committed to a certain field that he or she already working on, and then group the people from the same interests, and then with a small team organize from now and then those focus group discussions. So do you think as an organization structure there should be some kind of different coordinators of different expertise trying to map and group people together?
Yeah, I think that is okay, and we should also identify the pillars that we have to stand on. which is very, very important. What are the pillars that the group will stand on? What are the pillars that we will work towards? Because if we know the pillars that we're going to work towards, we will be able to draw our vision and mission. And drawing our vision and mission, if we know the pillars, we'll be able to measure how do we achieve those, you know, mission objectives. But if we don't, because personally, for me, I'm at the University of Gambia here. I'm a trainer in volunteer leadership, campaign planning, and advocacy. You see, that is a field that I'm trained, that I know. But if we don't identify the pillars, and our mode of communication, I think we'll have some trouble along the way. I think the whole group can agree with me on that.
Okay, can you please tell us what do you see the mission from this group could be?
Um, uh, from my own understanding, I've been thinking about this. The mission that I thought of is African youth taking the lead to deliver Africa from social injustice, which covers all. African youth taking the lead to deliver Africa from social injustice. Because if social injustice is not addressed, I'm afraid we can't move anymore, because it starts from the house of labor. Okay, it comes to the community. Okay, it comes to our region, in our country, our region as a whole. You see, so the main obstacle of the development of Africa is social injustice. So I think, to me, the mission could be African youth taking the lead to deliver Africa from social injustice. And people can think of it, and see if we can develop on it. Or if you have any other thing that we can.
Uh, I was wondering if it would be okay just to stick to a mission which is more broad in the sense of the development of African youth, because it will also cover things to do with social injustice. And then, since you're saying you can divide people into groups of the expertise, then you can put people who will deal with different sections, and then from the different sections maybe you can get social injustice in it. Just a thought.
Great plan. Anyone wants to go next?
Okay. Nice ideas going back and forth, and I'm so excited that Haya has been able to, bring down this point to bullets so that we have a conclusion. Okay. Talking about the structure or the mission, I think the most essential thing for the African continent at this point in time is seeing our continental issue as a general issue. We are beginning to think that Nigeria is out of some think Nigeria is equal to Africa, some think Malawi is equal to Africa, and some think that because South Africa is because terrorism is not yet in a particular country, it's a different thing. I think coming from the perspective of solidarity and saying that what affects one affects all, I think that if you begin to look at it, I'm looking at the sense of responsibility of young Africans. I give an example. 5 years ago, I'm a blogger, I'm a media person, social media person. 5 years ago in Nigeria, Nigerian youths were not so much involved in Nigerian politics. They feel that if I can provide water for myself, if I can provide my food, then the government can just stay there and keep embezzling money and keep mismanaging funds. But at the point whereby there was a general awakening, Nigerian youth now started seeing the Nigerian problem as everyone's problem, not the problem for the rich or the poor or those who live in low income suburb or high. So I think the mission here would be a lot better. This is an
Okay, then send somebody to come and get one here.
This is a suggestion now. If we can work towards a general awakening, so everyone can use their own skill, their own expertise, their own time, you know, to begin to, you solve your own problem from your own quarter. Okay, if I'm a carpenter, I use my skill as a carpenter to solve the African problem. If I'm a teacher, if I'm a lawyer, if I'm a doctor, if I'm a farmer. Okay, so let's see a movement telling all Africans that we need to stand up and look at our problems and our challenges as a continent, not like Nigeria, not like South Africa. In Nigeria, for instance, the Boko Haram terrorist group is moving into Cameroon, is moving into Mali, is even moving into some other countries. So it helps to show that we need to see our problems like collectively. So I think the mission should be a general awakening and encouraging all Africans to use their skill, their time, whatever you have, to try and solve this problem from your own perspective, from your own view. Thank you.
Thank you, Larry. I just didn't hear part of what you're saying. What the mission you said? Thanks,
Okay,
Simon.
I was talking about reawakening. Yeah.
So can you put the mission in like one expression of what you wanted to say? I get all the examples you gave, they're excellent, but how do you want to put it all in one, maybe one expression?
Okay, I'm thinking about that, but I think I will drop it in the chat box.
The awakening of African youth. Okay. Okay. Do you want to add anything there?
Not for now.
We have
If I have more
someone.
ideas, I'll come out.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
From Senegal, do you want to say something? No. Okay, if not, from what you all have said, there is the development of African youth, and there is talk about social justice and about the reawakening of African youth. From what Saiba, if I'm not mistaken your name, you talked about African youth taking the lead to deliver Africa from social injustice. I like it so much, and I think maybe instead of saying social injustice, we work for social justice, so that we make always our statements positive. And if we combine that with developing African youth, it could be the development of African youth to achieve. Just a minute. We can't hear you. Go ahead.
I think you're.
Ah, okay. All right. Okay. Mm.
We can't hear you.
Okay. All right.
Who is coming?
Are you talking?
Yeah, I said I quite agree with what you say. Like, we keeping our statements positive, which I definitely agree. Yeah.
Okay. So the short-term goal or the practical work could be the development of the youth, and the long-term goal of why we are doing this is to achieve social justice, because social justice is a vision that we constantly struggle to achieve.
Yeah.
So for now, I could see this mission as the development of African youth to achieve social justice. If
Yeah.
anyone else have anything to add. Larry, do you think this speaks to you?
I think that is fine because it looks all encompassing. It's like a broader goal, talking about social justice. Then underneath it, I think we'll now have more specific means in which we want to do that. But it is important and it is fine that we all are saying that the essence of the movement is to achieve social justice in Africa. I think that is fine.
Okay, great. Jack, do you want to add anything?
In
Or
specific, just I think it's a good idea.
and Joseph? We haven't heard from you, Joseph. Okay. Um. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah.
We can't hear you, Joseph. Joseph, you should unmute your microphone is muted. We can hear you now. Go ahead.
Okay, great. Yeah, so I was saying that it's a very great mission. I love it so much because it as Larry was saying, it encompasses everything. Um, the only thing that I would like to see is to see how best we can coordinate the various sectors, with those who are interested in rural development, those who are into
Joseph. Okay, Joseph. Um, so Al Hassan is saying that we have to distinguish social justice and its effect on youth. So that's a great point. Let's define what's social justice for us as young people.
Yeah, Al Hassan, I've just sent a text talking about just to briefly tell you what social justice is. Justice in terms of the distribution of wealth, opportunities, and privileges within the society. You understand? So this is what Africa is lacking. This is what the world at large is lacking. Because why are billion people going to bed hungry if there is excess food in town? So meaning there are still social injustice. So that is why this is the true meaning of social justice. This is what we mean.
Okay, anyone else wants to jump in? Joseph, can you hear us now?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
sorry, my connection is a bit shaky. Yeah, so as I was saying, it's really great. I like the mission. I like the fact that it encompasses everything, and it's right now up to us to be able to identify the various sectors that we can tackle in order to achieve the social justice. Talking about social justice is really broad, and it would be great for us to now break it down further to various divisions or various departments that maybe we could be tackling them regionally, saying West Africa or sub-regionally West Africa, or even Anglophone West Africa or Francophone West Africa. and Central Africa, Eastern Africa, or Southern Africa. We could be tackling these various issues that we're going to be breaking them. I'm pretty sure we're going to be breaking them down further in our coming meetings. So we could be tackling them from various angles. We realize that maybe in Southern Africa, when we talk about uh, water and sanitation and stuff like that, we know there's been a great improvement in that sector. And when we talk about Central Africa, we know they still have issues with security. Um, we as Seba was saying, we could be having various expertise in these various sectors that we can address these issues and see how best. And talking about Joseph, my namesake, he was saying something about we making physical visits in other countries. I think it's a very good idea, but it also comes with a lot of challenges. Um, in this present world, in this 21st century, there could be other ways of us making this impact in the same way. Um, we could have webinars, as I said. We could also be using media like this, like Skype, Google Hangout, to reach out to a lot of people. We can have we can make various assemblies, make us get a lot of youth target groups together, and then we can still use this our media to be able to reach out to them. All we need is a concerted group, a concerted African youth group that we stand for one. We speak with one mouth. We have one piece. And what I really want to look up to is to see this our movement having a great recognition, even in the AU. I think that would be the greatest the highest level that we should be getting to. Everything we say, every decision we make, the AU should be aware of it and should be ready to listen to us at any point in time. So I think it's great, and I'm really enjoying the discussion. I hope we can move forward. And Aya, anytime you want, if you need any assistance in the organizational development, you can always count on me. I'll give up my best. Thank you.
Complete
I
with
think
that.
Joseph, we need to salute Joseph for that. You know, because definitely, if our struggle cannot be recognized at that high level, then still we will be lacking. So for Joseph, I salute you for that compliment.
Thank you, Seba.
Okay, great. Um, we already have discussed for an hour and 10 minutes. That's awesome. So, what we came up from this meeting, I would say, is this movement is a social movement. It's not a political movement. It's social, though it might have a political ending, which is recognition in the AU and try to change policy making and things like that. So this is a social movement that has a mission to develop African youth to achieve social justice. And then we have to break down what is social justice and what the working areas we can get out of social justice to have focused groups working on that and grouping of people of the same interests and expertise. Um, does that sound good to everybody?
Sure.
Okay, I would need a volunteer. I'm recording this session already, but I would need a volunteer to put all the things discussed down in a summary or a minutes and to put the action points. Who wants to volunteer? Let's take the lead from now.
What's the timeline? When should it be ready? When? As in time?
When should it be ready?
Yep.
It should be probably in 2 days. Today or tomorrow, so we can diffuse it on the group.
Today or tomorrow.
I would have loved to, but my schedule is so tight.
Just a minute, one person at a time. Yes, go ahead. Yes? So the session is recorded. You can go through it again and do that. Or if you attended the discussion from the beginning, you already have an idea. So who will be able to do that? Or let's put it in this way. Do you think we should have a meeting in like 2 weeks after we shape this into written format?
Mm, 2 weeks. What date will that fall on?
So let's say by the end of July. Let's say, so today is Tuesday, let's say 29th of July, or maybe we can put it on a weekend because many people ask for the weekend. So maybe 27th of July would be the next meeting. What do you think?
I don't think if a weekend is an ideal date.
Who is talking?
Cyber.
Yes, go ahead, Cyber.
I said I don't think if weekends can be an ideal date. Can we pause it to the 28th on a Monday?
Okay, so what I would do
28th,
is,
29th.
so what I would do is the same as I did last time, to do a poll and put Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and see the majority decision. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, that's for our next meeting. I will do that today or tomorrow. Now for the minutes of this meeting, who wants to volunteer for that? Arma? Or maybe
Anyone?
Larry? Maybe Larry?
Yeah, I'm here. You were saying?
So do you want to volunteer to go
You were
through
saying
this?
something.
Can you hear me?
The meeting. Hello?
These guys, they still did not conclude on this, yeah?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, but I'll let you know, yeah. Yeah. All right, I'll let you know, yeah. Okay.
Can you hear me? Okay. So I will talk with Arma because he can't hear me on the sending out the summary of the minutes of this meeting. And I would like to thank you guys for your time and thank you for joining. I enjoyed the discussion a lot and it has been very constructive. Thank you so much. And I hope to see you next time.